Hello designers. In this video, we are going to create this text in Adobe Illustrator. Let's get started. First of all, this is the color palette. The first step is to create a background. Take the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle the size of the canvas. Give it this blue color for the background. Next, select everything and lock it so it does not distract us or move while we work on our text. Go to Object, Lock Selection, or you can just press Ctrl 2 on your keyboard. Now, take the text tool and write your text here. Write any text that you want. I will write, meme. Let's scale it up. I will use this font. Now, remove the fill from the text. Go to Windows and search for the Appearance panel. The Appearance panel allows you to apply multiple fills and multiple strokes to one object or text. Let's give it a fill. First, click here to add a fill. Next, go to the Gradient panel and apply a gradient. I'm going to use a gray to white gradient. Click here to add a gray color tone and remove the black one. Move the gray all the way to the right. Make this gradient vertical like this. Adjust it. Now, duplicate this fill by clicking here. Select white color for this fill. We will apply effects to it. All the effects that you apply to a fill will be shown in its drop-down menu. So, let's apply an effect to it. Go to Effects, then Path, and choose Offset Path. Give it a very small offset of 1 pixel. We also need to move it, so go to Effects, Distort and Transform, then Transform. And move it like this -1 horizontally. Then, give 1 in the vertical option. Duplicate the fill that is below again. We will continue duplicating the fill that is below to achieve the desired text effect. So, duplicate it. And give it a darker color. We also need to apply the offset path and transform effects to it, but since we duplicated it, it already has those effects. We just need to change the values. First, click on this offset to change it. Let's increase it. I will increase it to 5 pixels. The values depend on the size of your canvas and your preference. For instance, 5 pixels shows this much on my document because I have a 500 by 500 canvas. If you have a smaller document or artboard, the 5 pixels would appear much bigger. Adjust accordingly. Press OK. Next, go to Transform and move it like this. Adjust it vertically as well. Press OK. Close these fill properties, and let's duplicate it again. This time, give it a dark brown color to act as a drop shadow. Go to Fill Properties, then to Offset Path, and set the offset value to 7 pixels. OK. Go to Transform, and move it like this. I think we should give a lower offset value since it has become too large. Go back to Offset Path. Let's set it to 5 pixels, OK. You can change the values each time if needed. Now, go to Effects, and this time we will apply a blur effect. Go to Effects, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Set the amount of Gaussian blur to 2. That looks good. OK. Duplicate this fill and give it a color. Use the eyedropper tool to select the yellow color that I already have here. Go to Fill Properties, and first, remove the Gaussian blur. Next, go to Offset Path and set a value. 9 pixels looks good. Go to Transform and move it accordingly. Once satisfied, press OK. Now, duplicate this fill. This time, use the eyedropper tool to select mustard color. Go to Fill Properties, then to Offset Path, and change the offset value. Let's make the joints round. Go to Transform and adjust the move values, both horizontal and vertical. Next, let's give this yellow fill an inner glow. Select the yellow fill. Go to Effects, Stylize, and choose Inner Glow. Set the mode to Screen, with an opacity of 75%, a blurriness of 5 pixels, and the color to white. Ensure that Edge is selected, not Center. If you select Center, the inner glow will originate from the center, which we do not want. Select Edge and click OK. Now, select the last fill, duplicate it again, and give it a black color to act as a drop shadow. Go to its properties, set the offset value, and then go to Transform to move it. Next, go to Effects, Blur, and select Gaussian Blur. Set the Gaussian blur radius value. 4 or 5 pixels looks good here. OK. Now, let's add an outer glow to the yellow fill. Select the yellow fill. Go to Effects, Stylize, Outer Glow, and set the mode to Multiply. Adjust the blurriness pixels and decrease the opacity as needed. And your text illustration is done. You can explore more options from here as well, like Arc Lower, Arc, and other available options to see different effects. If you found this video helpful, like it, comment on it, and subscribe to Ace Designs for more creative content.